This evening, first, a shocking video reveals a Ghana Defense Force soldier unlawfully extracting fuel from a military vehicle. We'll tell you how the GDF's new tracking system exposed the theft and what actions are being taken. Plus, a mother's heartbreak intensifies as charges are unexpectedly dropped against the man accused of shooting her 6-year-old son. Hear her reaction as she fights for justice. Also, the high-profile 2020 election fraud case restarts with a new magistrate, bringing renewed urgency as Ghana's next election approaches. November is Road Safety Month, and officials have set a bold goal to cut traffic fatalities by half. Find out how they plan to tackle Ghana's road culture. Finally, in New Delhi, air pollution reaches hazardous levels after Diwali celebration defies a firework ban. We have the latest on the city's efforts to manage the crisis. These stories and more coming up on tonight's Headline News Update. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for November 1st, 2024. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the Ghana Defense Force has confirmed the authenticity of a video showing a soldier stealing fuel from a service vehicle. More from Malcolm Carter.
The Guyana Defense Force has confirmed the authenticity of a video circulating on social media showing one of its ranks pilfering fuel from a service vehicle near a military installation.
Where this bus book out to go? Where book out to go?
I just come up on the base.
Who book this bus book out the airport?
Yes, sir.
Who's the vehicle commander?
But I went over to the BTS fuel, sir.
You went over to BCSO, fuel up,
Yes, sir.
and after you fuel up, you come here to take out the fuel, then you're going back to your core.
Yes, sir.
The video, which was made as a form of evidence of the incident, was leaked to social media and prompted an immediate response from the GDF, which conveyed regret over its public dissemination. In a statement issued, the GDF explained that the theft was uncovered through its recently implemented electronic vehicle tracking system, which alerts officials to any unusual activity involving defense assets. After receiving an alert of an anomaly, a superior officer responded, catching the rank in the act. Disciplinary action is now underway. The force noted that the incident highlights the efficacy of the GDF's measures to improve oversight within its ranks. It restated its commitment to addressing all unlawful activities and holding high standards of integrity and professionalism. The statement further conveyed GDF's gratitude for the sacrifices and selfless service of its officers, thanking the people of Guyana for their persistent faith in the military. The force strives to guarantee that such incidents do not outweigh its obligation to service and responsibility. Reporting for Headline News Update, Malcolm Carter.
Thanks, Malcolm. The mother of 6-year-old Jeremiah Gustav, who remains in critical condition months after being shot in the head, expressed deep disappointment after the case against the accused shooter, Marlon Wilberg, was unexpectedly withdrawn. Keisha Gustav, who attended the hearing at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Wednesday, was visibly distraught, saying she did not feel pleased as she grappled with the news. Wilberg, known as Mice Man, was accused of the attempted murder of young Jeremiah, who was caught in the crossfire of an altercation on July 9, 2024, while sitting at his mother's food stall. Prosecutor Williams informed the court that the Director of Public Prosecutions has issued a fiat instructing the case's withdrawal. The reason for this decision has not been disclosed, intensifying the family's distress. Jeremiah's mother shared the tremendous toll of the ordeal as she has spent the past 3 months at the Georgetown Public Hospital, unable to work while caring for her son, who has undergone 2 surgeries and remains unable to move or eat independently. As Keisha struggled with her son's prolonged hospitalization, she is increasingly concerned about his interrupted education and ongoing health challenges. Although the court proceedings have been halted against Wilberg, the case continues against a second man, Odell Garnett, who is expected to reappear on November 6, 2024. In other news, the 2020 election fraud case involving alleged vote manipulation during Ghana's March 2020 general and regional elections is set to restart with Acting Chief Magistrate Faith Auguste following continued delays due to the illness of Senior Magistrate Leron Daly. Initially scheduled to continue on October 31st, the trial was postponed to November 1st due to the Diwali holiday. Proceedings are slated to resume on November 6th with a case management session. The change of magistrates require a fresh start to the trial despite prior testimony from two prosecution witnesses, including local government minister Sonia Parag. Acting Magistrate Auguste has proposed using recording devices to expedite the proceedings, although defense attorneys expressed concerns about hearsay contamination. Attorney General Anil Nandlal stressed the urgency of fixed timelines to avoid further delays, especially with the 2025 elections approaching. The trial involves 9 high-profile defendants, including former GECOM Chief Elections Officer Keith Lowenfield and ex-Minister Waldo Lawrence, who were accused of conspiring to present false vote counts. As the trial moves forward, the judiciary faces mounting pressure to conclude the case efficiently. Stick around when we return. Ghana launches Road Safety Month with push for responsibility and reduction in fatalities. And Attorney General warns NDCs against illegal state land sales.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Is there anybody in this house want to worship the Lord with me?
Hi music fans, it's here again. It's the Gospel Music Awards 2024 and the launching of Charlene Maloney's new album titled He's Greater.
He's greater.
It's a double event, one night only. It's praise and worship at the National Cultural Center, Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. or 20 hours sharp. Tickets cost $3,000 and $2,000. It's Gospel Music Awards and a concert. Special appearances by Ambassador Charlene Maloney and other top Guyanese artists. You cannot afford to miss this one. Be there.
Get your tickets at the National Cultural Center, Wireless Connections Border Market, and Andrew Supermarket.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all we will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, dark seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick peas powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide
wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
See clearly with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. How smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all persons who meet the eligibility requirements to apply for registration. By doing so, you will be ensuring that you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official lists of electors for future elections, providing you meet all eligibility criteria. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GECOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gy.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Home Affairs launched Road Safety Month today, aimed to reduce traffic fatalities by half by 2030. Malcolm Carter has more details.
November marks Road Safety Month in Guyana, and the Ministry of Home Affairs, together with the Guyana Police Force Traffic Department and various stakeholders, launched the 2024 campaign this morning under the theme Do the Right Thing. The campaign began with an interfaith church service held at the Police Officers' Mess Annex in Ivlery. Minister of Home Affairs Robinson Ben, speaking at the event, said road users need to do the right thing to overcome the culture of recklessness.
We were at Pleasant and Lamaha streets, and several people were stopped, not wearing helmets, having lights and tints and all kinds of stuff, and deliberately not wanting to acknowledge that they would have done a wrong. Some did, of course, but we have to overcome the culture of recklessness, particularly amongst young people.
During the event, Minister Ben emphasized the critical goal of reducing traffic-related Guyanese fatalities in half by 2030. The Minister of Home Affairs urged the public to take personal responsibility for road safety, highlighting the importance of respecting one another and adhering to traffic regulations.
The behavior of young men, some women, and people resides in adult behavior. It resides in failures in teaching, in learning, in reminding, in requesting better behavior. And so for even people like myself, we have to insist on better adult behavior.
The minister also stressed the need for the younger generation to set a higher standard, declaring that they must learn from the past and exemplify responsible behavior on the roads. Traffic Chief Senior Superintendent Mahidra Singh reported a significant importance in road safety, noting that as of November 2024, fatal accidents have decreased by 32 and road deaths have dropped by 44 compared to the same period last year. This year's initiative aims to raise public awareness and encourage responsible behavior on the roads through various activities and partnerships throughout the month. Reporting for Headline News Update, Malcolm Carter.
Thanks, Malcolm. Moving on, Attorney General Anil Nandlal issued another warning to neighborhood democratic councils regarding the unauthorized sales of state lands, including reserves and coastal properties. Following reports of councils attempting to sell public lands illegally, Nandlal emphasized that councils lack the authority to sell land without the local government minister's approval. He voiced concerns about these unauthorized sales affecting governance and community welfare, reminding officials of their duty to serve, not profit, from public resources. Highlighting past incidents, Nandlal cited a notable case from Mocha Arcadia, where illegal land sales led to police investigations, and the case in Farish, Gibraltar, where oceanfront land titles were granted without proper authorization. These sales restrict community access to vital spaces used for recreation and drainage, posing significant local losses. Nanlal affirmed that legal actions will continue to address these issues and restore communal rights to protect the public interest. Don't go away after the break. Convincing Japan to work less. Government urges companies to adopt 4-day work week. And UN renews long-standing calls for end to US embargo against Cuba.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document planting flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in oil. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Is there anybody in this house want to worship the Lord with me?
Hi, music fans! It's here again. It's the Gospel Music Awards 2024 and the launching of Charlene Maloney's new album titled He's Greater.
He's greater.
It's a double event, one night only. It's praise and worship at the National Cultural Center, Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. or 20 hours sharp. Tickets cost $3,000 and $2,000. It's Gospel Music Awards and a concert. Special appearances by Ambassador Charlene Maloney and other top Guyanese artists. You cannot afford to miss this one. Be there.
Get your tickets at the National Cultural Center, Wireless Connections Border Market, and Andrew Supermarket.
GECOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Where to apply for registration? You are required to visit the registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons in your area of residence to apply for registration. Office hours, Monday to Thursday, 8 to 12 hours, 13 hours to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GECOM on 225-027729 or visit the website www.gecom.org.gr.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening. I'm Malcolm Carter and welcome to tonight's regional and international news. First, the United Nations General Assembly renewed its annual call for the U.S. to end its economic, commercial, and financial embargo on Cuba. a resolution it has passed overwhelmingly since 1992. This year, 187 countries supported the measure, with only the US and Israel opposing and Moldova abstaining. The resolution emphasized the principle of sovereign equality and called for unrestricted international trade. The US representative defended the embargo as a tool for supporting human rights and democracy in Cuba, noting exemptions for humanitarian goods. Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez condemned the embargo as, quote, economic warfare, citing its severe impact on Cuban families, access to medicine and basic goods. Internationally, air pollution in India's capital city reached hazardous levels on Friday after a firework ban was largely ignored during the Hindu Festival of Lights. Al Jazeera's Bernard Smith reports.
Fireworks echo across New Delhi, thickening the toxic smog already enveloping this city of 30 million people. It's the Hindu Festival of Light, Diwali. The fireworks are supposed to be banned. The next morning, levels of fine particulate matter in the air are 23 times the World Health Organization's recommended daily maximum. And the city's clinics fill up with patients suffering the consequences. 12,000 deaths a year in Delhi, 12% of the total, can be blamed on air pollution, according to a study by the medical journal The Lancet.
It's worse when I'm in Delhi. I'm fine when I'm on medication, but when I stop it, then it takes turn for the worse. It's dangerous to even keep the doors and windows open. Doctors say I should stay indoors. I can't even go to the park.
To the north of Delhi, farmers burning stubble are blamed for worsening the smog. In the couple of weeks this lasts, the smoke accounts for 30% of the air pollution. But year-round, it's the vehicles that clog Delhi's roads that are some of the worst culprits when it comes to toxic air.
If you look at the contribution to Delhi air quality right now, transport is close to half. And you look at our regulations on transport, they're barely anything. I mean, we've pushed towards driving individuals towards electric vehicles, personal electric vehicles at least. Bus fleets are being electrified, but they're really sort of small-scale interventions compared to the scale of the vehicular fleet that we have plying in Delhi at this point in time.
New Delhi's government has tried to cut pollution by alternating the days cars with odd or even-numbered licence plates can travel, and it's banned diesel vehicles. But these measures don't appear to be having much impact. Bernard Smith, Al Jazeera.
Meanwhile, at least 95 people have been killed in Spain from flash floods in the southeast of the country. The Prime Minister has described the flooding as the worst this century, declaring 3 days of mourning for the victims. Al Jazeera's Sonia Gallego reports.
In shock, reeling from a catastrophe that suddenly engulfed it. The full force of the flood evident everywhere. Mud and wreckage line the streets, cars stacked on top of one another. And the chaos turning to anger as many speak to us of feeling abandoned by authorities.
Ni comida ni nada. We've had no food, nothing, no help from the local council, and my family is so worried.
Neighbours took it upon themselves to help each other out. Ana Melissa showed us how high the water flooded in her home. She spoke of how there was little warning to indicate just how dangerous and deadly this would be.
There was no warning. In 20 minutes, everything was covered in water.
And the horror is not over. For 2 days, people have been trapped in their homes, surrounded by all the debris that was brought by the flood. Now, Paiporta is only half an hour away from Valencia city centre. But the main complaint that people have here is that they've not seen any sign of any emergency services until today. Firefighters and ambulances were finally seen in the town, but the search teams are turning their focus to recovery as hopes fade of finding survivors. For many, desperation. At this abandoned supermarket, people took what they could. They had nothing, they said, to sustain them. No water, no food.
There's nothing. There are many dead people who drowned, and older people who've died. It's biblical.
And the nightmare is far from over. the storm that caused all this destruction could return. The government telling people to stay at home, a troubling prospect for those who've seen the destructive force of the floods. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, Paiporta, Valencia.
Finally, the Japanese government has launched a campaign aimed at encouraging employers to introduce a 4-day working week. Al Jazeera's Rob McBride reports.
Specializing in high-tech interactive teaching tools, this small company in Tokyo is doing something many Japanese businesses wouldn't dare to do, giving its employees an extra day off a week. Adopting a 4-day week was the decision of the company's president, who admits he wasn't sure how it would work.
I didn't know how much time off would increase efficiency, so I thought, why not increase days off by 1 a month and see how it goes?
Company executive Shinichi Fujimori often spends the extra day off following his passion for music in the band he's been a member of for 25 years.
I've gained more time to reflect on my own life and think about what truly makes me happy.
It's estimated fewer than 1 in 10 companies gives their workers 3 or more days off per week, while about the same number of firms only give their workers the legally mandated 1 day off.
It's a work ethic that's so ingrained, the Japanese language even has a word that means literally death from overwork, karoshi, with one recent government report estimating at least 50 such fatalities per year, including from heart attacks.
The phenomenon was highlighted nearly 10 years ago when an advertising agency employee killed herself. Matsuri Takahashi had been forced to work excessive overtime.
Regardless of the size of the company or the profession, similar tragedies are happening across Japan.
This company is finding less time in the office can be more productive.
The employees feel they want to protect the company and maintain this new working style. They understand the importance of increasing sales and efficiency.
Here it seems, for employer and employee, a winning balance. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Tokyo.
Thanks, Malcolm. This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's CFTV2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the weekend, but you can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other and do have a wonderful weekend.